Love that. Isn't that nice? Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Peace,
Assalamualaikum.
peace be unto you. Guess who's back? It's us. It's nothing but the truth with
Brother Jamil.
and Sister Tisha. And we're back on the air with you for another round of nothing but the truth. We've got a conversation to have tonight. No, you didn't know we were coming. No, we didn't send out advance notice. But those of you who want to come by, hang out, ask a question, interact with us, we'd love to see you this evening and make sure we can be a part of your Thursday night, especially before you start watching the Detroit Lions game. Okay.
Nobody's doing that.
Nobody's doing that. Okay. Brother Harold is watching the Detroit Lions. You know, Brother Harold. So we're going to be with you tonight just to have a little talk about what's been happening with us, what's been happening with you, and how we can begin catching up as we begin building momentum for what we hope to be a blockbuster autumn season for Nothing But the Truth. We have been prayerfully considering the time to return. We've been looking at the opportunities, looking at the timing, and now we've decided to go forward in this cause with this message for you and for all of us. Times are challenging.
It's been a year. We've been gone for a whole year.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we thought it would just be a few months, but we planned and a lot planned.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
During the course of this year, we have learned some things that have brought us great joy, other things that have challenged us and brought us some pain. But we continue on in the name of the Most High, the name of the great spirits of this universe that bring us life. And we are glad to be with you this evening.
That's right.
Talking about preserving life. We've been reading the headlines. Everybody's been reading the headlines. And by the way, before we get to the headlines, let me just first, you heard that theme music, didn't you?
We did.
You heard that's the rousing theme music from our music director, Brother Gary Muhammad.
That's right.
Brother Gary is always with that guitar and he's always making it happen. Brother Harold, good to see you before the football game starts. We're not going to hold you up too long. And I've told you he's going to watch. That's Brother Harold. He's going to watch football. And so we're there. But we thank Allah for Brother Gary, and we're certainly grateful for the mystery man. The mystery man.
Maybe this season we'll find out who he is.
I don't know. I mean, he's quite a mysterious private fellow, you know. Some say they have seen his face. I doubt it. He lives a life doing good anonymously. And then, shrouded by mystery, he disappears into the shadows.
Yes.
The mystery man.
I would
With
love
us
to
tonight.
be the one to reveal who it is.
No, in the production studio, getting it in. Okay, so we're grateful for the mystery man making history with us tonight. Mystery making history.
Slide your mic over.
All right. So we're grateful. We're happy. We're on the way to do what we do here at Nothing But the Truth. As I said, we've been reading the news. We've been studying the headlines. We've been comparing the news dispatches as they come out. Are folks checking in?
Folks are checking in. That's why I was paying attention.
Who's here tonight?
Brother Derek's here.
Brother Derek, 3X is here. He calls us the couple that makes marriage fun. I don't know if it's always fun though, Brother Derek. I my wife, I took her to the movies this weekend, innocently. Took her to the movies. This morning, she asked me, do you want coffee or tea? I said, I don't know yet. You know what she told me? You have 9 seconds to decide.
That's what Denzel said.
9 seconds.
That's what he said.
9
seconds.
But you can't. What, you gonna break my thumbs?
It worked for him.
Yeah, like this is a 2 on the pain chart. This is a 2. Can you handle? I said, ouch. Dave C is in the room. Big Dave C. Good to see you, Big Dave C. Everybody hit like, hit share, and do the things that we learn over on Dave C and DJ Rockwell's radio show. They tell us to always follow those steps. They say like, share, comment, and spread the word.
And subscribe.
And subscribe. You got to do that. you subscribe in the ways that teacher will tell you in just a few moments. No, we're not here for a whole program tonight, but we wanted to share with you some of the great things that are happening as we build and prepare for a future that we can now appreciate all the much more.
All right. So last year, our first year jumping into the podcast with nothing but the truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha, we were just learning and getting our feet wet, but we were having a good time.
Mhm.
And then it came to where we had to stop for a minute. We thought it was going to be a temporary pause, but it actually took us a year. Sorry. A lot has happened in that year. You may have noticed that the Nothing But the Truth Facebook page is gone. It had got hacked. Remember when Brother Jamil's major page got hacked? Somebody was having a field day with that. Well, because his page was tied to the Nothing But the Truth page, they started acting up in that page too. So we closed that down. We will be starting up a new page, and so you'll see the invites coming. We want you to join on and subscribe to that so we can build that platform again and then go forward, right? So we'll have a page there on Facebook. We'll have the YouTube page that we still have, and we'll also have our Instagram page that we have. We're just going to try to keep building up our subscriptions so that we can actually go live on Instagram. That's the goal for this year.
Right.
One of the goals.
So could you tell us how to subscribe and help us reach that number? How do we do that? What are the steps that we take?
You go to the page and you hit the follow, depending on which platform you're on. I think everybody knows how to do this by now, hopefully. Mm-hmm. You hit the like button or the follow button, and then you share it as many times as you can. So, so that we can get the word out there and get active in the algorithm. Algorithm. Mm-hmm. In that thing.
Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. So this is time for us to get big and get started.
We also ask that you inbox us or text however you can some ideas of some shows that you'd like to see, because again, this year we're going forward. We're bringing you what you want to hear, right? If you're interested in being a guest on the show, also submit that to us too.
Now, don't just be submitting things just because you want to be on TV. Don't do it. Don't. If you play harmonica while riding a goat through Central Park,
I would love to talk to them. I mean, because I've been to Central Park. I haven't quite been on a goat, but I've been.
My point is that you be judicious. We had guests last year whose programs repeated with great interest because there were great stories. I mean, last year we had Nisa Islam Muhammad. Mm-hmm. We had Ron Wilch, right? We had Carmen, Taylor Carmen. We had all kinds of people. So people from all over the place. And so should I hold my comments for a full No, you let loose. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Dave. Go do your thing. Okay. Do your thing. Oh boy. All right. And this is Katrina Muhammad is back with us, huh? Tally and Twanda.
We must have Sister
back.
Katrina back.
We must show respect. We had her on the program, and she's going to be back this year. She's the author, the award-winning author of the book Relationship Talks. And I can tell you, and those of you who know us, we used the book in preparation for our marriage, right?
Right.
And we are going strong unless, I can't decide which tea or coffee I want. Then, of course, things are in danger. But how long did I have to decide?
9 seconds. Hamid, how many years are we coming up on?
This will be a doozy. This will be 2. This will be 2.
Time for him to upgrade my ring. Oh, it's gonna be so nice. Yes. 9 seconds, brother. 9 seconds.
Yeah.
Listen, so tonight we're not going to have a long show. We were just getting back out there. We wanted to say hi and, just get our feet wet, make sure we know how to still use the Rodecaster, stuff like that.
Yeah, and your ring looks great the way it is. And so, but tonight we wanted to offer you something in the way of conversation. So everybody that's in the thread, stay with us, share with others, bring folks to the conversation, because we started out at the top of the program reminding you on a serious note that officials from the NIH and from the CDC and other health services around the United States are predicting a resurgence of COVID-19.
Right.
They're predicting that the COVID-19 resurgence that they're expecting will be very severe, mm-hmm. And easily contagious. Now, I don't know if there's some kind of hyperbole in that or some kind of sensationalization. But we have to watch for what it is, because we have been given a teaching that helps us to prepare for the eventuality and possibility of these kinds of natural disasters, health pandemics, civil urgency situations, and we are preparing. So tonight we wanted to share a few things with you and have you share a few things with us. One of the great guests that we look forward to receiving this year is our sister, who writes the disaster preparedness books, right? And so she's coming. Sister T is coming with us from Atlanta, and so we're looking to see what she's got for us. And there's much, much more that you'll be seeing this year.
Right.
So Katrina says, please let us know, sponsor or advertise on the show. I'd love to be a sponsor. Well, you are in a select but very, very well received group. You contact Sister Tisha Muhammad. Contact her on your text boxes, inboxes. For those of you who, like Sister Katrina, can contact her even more urgently, do that, and we'll make sure that we give you all of the information, the rate cards, etc. But for those of you, and we're not trying to undersell ourselves, but for those of you who are with us and have been with us, we certainly want to make it available for you to spread the word. Sister Katrina's been with us since day one.
Right.
And so, and really before our day one, huh? Right. So we want to make sure that we look out for her. We're expecting to hear from our friends down at the Sugar Shack Farm.
Yes.
In Lake Charles, Louisiana. Sister Javon and Brother Fitz and the whole family down in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Yeah, they're going to be with us. And so our friends from Oakland, there's my nephew, Brother William, is on the line from Oakland, California. Please, Hammer, don't hurt him. Okay, so we're with us from Oakland, California, and so much good work that's going on around the country. Welcome, everybody. Let me just ask, and I don't want to interview you formally, hon, but I do want to ask a couple of questions of you, having been trained as one of the trainers in the MGT and GCC preparedness style of preparation, canning, purchasing items for emergency preparedness lists. What are the things that folks should be looking at in the fall of 2023 that perhaps in the summer they didn't think to look at?
So for me, what I would like everybody to consider or start to get in the mindset of is stocking your homes back again, not just for COVID, but for the weather, the bad weather that's more than likely going to come, because we had some weird summers. So you can probably best bet it's going to be a crazy winter. Even if it's not, even if the weather is not, you'll probably start to see some shortages, some lacking in the food supply again.
Oh, wow.
Just a few years ago, we've had pretty much a trial run with this going on. You went to the grocery store and things were kind of scarce. If you pay attention, or if you've been paying attention, it hasn't really recovered fully. The shelves are kind of full, but it's of the same items. The variety is not there. The produce is smaller, right? It spoils faster, things like that. You got to get into the mindset of not being wasteful, right? With what you do have, what you are able to purchase, because the prices of everything we know are high. But just get in the mindset of cutting back some on what you use, right? And then storing up. And it doesn't just have to be all canned goods and dry goods. You do want to do that, but start looking into your cleaning supplies. Remember, during COVID, we couldn't find rubbing alcohol. You couldn't find peroxide, no Lysol, no toilet paper. You don't have to go out and spend a whole bunch of money right now. But every time you go to the store, grab an extra pack of toilet paper. Grab, 1 week, say, I'm going to stock up on my alcohol. I mean, rubbing alcohol. Sorry.
Yeah. Make it clear. Make it clear.
On your rubbing alcohol, and then your peroxide. Just do it little by little, and then when you look up, when the winter months come, you're pretty much stocked. But don't wait until everything hits. Start getting the mask again, because I'm telling you, this stuff is coming. We're seeing it. They're not really saying nothing yet, but you can see more and more people saying, I just got over COVID, and it's hitting children and everything.
Wow. So
just do it a little bit, a little at a time adds up. When you look at the end, you'll be like, dang, I'm good.
All All right.
Every time you go to the store, buy another 6-pack of water, 24-pack, 34, whatever it is.
So now, in items of food and preparedness, um, are you advocating two things I want to ask about because of your particular experience as the founder and director of the Mini Farmers Market
Mm.
and as a terrace gardener of some repute? I mean, we ate all summer with vegetables that you grew
We did.
on our terrace.
Mhm.
So, what can be done in the fall to winter months with either gardening or canning or a combination of both to help us prepare for our families and children?
So I've been encouraging people from the beginning to start some sort of gardening. You can A pack of seeds is $1, if that much, right? And put it in some dirt and some water. Just practice and see what you can grow. I didn't know. I'm from the Bronx. We barely had grass. I didn't know how to grow anything. But I figured it out. Seed, dirt, water, and see what happens. And it was just a little experiment. And as time goes on, I got better and better and better. But the goal was to grow something for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my neighbors. And it's working. Just start where you are, guys. Just do something, right? If you can buy in bulk, buy in bulk. And what I did with a few sisters in Texas, um, we couldn't all afford to. No, I went to buy in bulk, but when you buy in bulk, sometimes you have to get everything by the case. What am I gonna do with 24 cabbages? What am I gonna do with 100 apples, green apples? My children can't eat that many apples. So find 2 or 3 other families, right? And go in and y'all split it. And then what you'll wind up is 4 cabbages for you, 20 apples for this house, 20 tomatoes for that house, and you only spent a little bit, but you have a lot. And if you keep doing it, you'll see that over a time you're building up a whole supply of better food, right? Fresh food.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Learn how to use your coupons. Sometimes we think we're too good for coupons. Even if you don't want to do the paper cut up ones, do your store loyalty things. Some grocery stores, you're spending your money there. As long as you're spending your money, the money that you spend, you earn points for free groceries. Do it. They taking your money anyway. Just take the 2 minutes to sign up for the loyalty points, right? It all adds up faster than you know, and then you get free stuff.
Right, right. Wow, this is excellent. The information is good. Let's go over to the chat room. I want to see if there's any questions in the chat room or comments that we need to share right now before we get back into this discussion. We are nothing but the truth.
Brother.
In U.S. hospitals, both in patients admitted because of the disease
Mm-hmm.
and those who tested positive after being admitted, indicate the severity of a COVID wave in the country. So COVID hospitalizations today were 10,005.
Mm-hmm.
That's up 20 over the last 2 weeks. ICU hospitalizations are set at 1,397, which is an increase of 18.9% over the last 2 weeks. And children hospitalized with COVID-19 stand at 507. That's 507. That's a change of 26.7% in the last 2 weeks, indicating that the hardest hit states, and so far, the hospitalization rates are highest in North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
Maryland, and the District of Columbia.
Where we at? Oh, I'm out.
Okay,
I'm out.
okay, we out of here. All right. The the hospitalizations are increasing in hotspots like Minnesota, Montana, Nevada, and New Hampshire. So across the country, from coast to coast and from
Mhm.
border to border, north to south, COVID-19 seems to be on the verge of making a resurgence. Not that
Mhm.
we're spreading or dealing in panic.
Right.
We know fully well that we who have heard instruction and followed instruction have survived. You know, we don't do any preaching here.
No, no, we
on
don't.
On
nothing but the truth.
So nothing but the truth involves some degree of preaching, does it not? You just said nothing but the truth. So I'm going to tell you without preaching, but I have to say, those of you who heard and obeyed prospered for the most part. Those of you who slipped away into the midnight embrace, the icy grip of your enemy, are still dealing with problems that you didn't even know you would have. So I'm asking you to please consider the time and what must be done.
Right.
What must be done. Back in the chat room, anything that we need to be focused on? Any comments or questions?
Right. Brother Dave says, "Oh, can y'all get Sister Colette on?" Definitely.
Oh, no doubt. No
Canning
doubt.
with Colette.
Canning with Colette. She's an expert at canning and
Yes.
preserving.
Yes.
And this is not just for the sisters. I want to say this to you, brothers, in particular, those of you single brothers who believe that you can just continue to live out of packaging. No, you cannot. You have to learn how to can too. And I'm saying that we can call it like the Pointer Sisters called it. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Can't. Why can't we? If we want to get together, we can work it out.
I can't.
We can. And you and I have to be able to preserve our food supply and prepare it for the hour when food will no longer be available on the shelves of our groceries. Yes, of course, Brother Rudolph, our brother who is an expert in on-site emergency medicine.
Right.
Anytime you are an EMT director in Brooklyn, New York, and in Detroit, Michigan, you know your stuff. Brother Rudolph helps people to survive, not only with what he does medically, but what he does spiritually, socially, and what he does with the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He's a life giver, a life bringer. So put more names into the chat of folks that you want to see. We've heard about Sister Colette, right? We've heard about our brother Rudolph. Who else do you want to hear from?
We want to make sure, you know, when we have this discussion, it needs to be an ongoing discussion too, because it's like little tips. It's really not hard. Sometimes things that we're not, because, you know, a lot of times we don't, as Black folks, we don't go hiking and hanging out in the woods and things like that and living off the land that way. But you know, some of us just live in the city. You have to learn how to think out of the box, right? Think of things that, like, what you have. I always say, use what you got. Use what you have in your house. How can you make how can you sustain, you know, your regular everyday activities with what you have in your house if the lights went off? If you couldn't get any water, if you couldn't get to the store for a week, what would you do? You know, that, let me see how I want to say it. When I took a survival training class, the guy who taught, the instructor said, whatever you buy should have more than one use for it. Whatever things you buy for your house, it should have more than one use, not just to sit there and be pretty. You should be able to use it for something. So I always think about that when I'm buying something. What could I use this for?
And you can do this in the city. Even city people can do this. I mean, and I heard you, you know, saying people live in the city. It's okay. I did go fishing one time when I was a little boy. I want to let you know that. My Uncle Bro and my Paul, they took us out in the woods. Yeah, that's my uncle. And we went out and I caught a snap turtle and it bit my little finger. I was 6 years old. I said, I ain't going back out here no more. My daddy said, you don't have to, son. Come on, let's go down to the tailor shop. And he took me out on a field trip to get fitted for some suits. I'm sorry
that story came, guys. I'm sorry.
That's right. But you still got to survive in these times.
No, seriously. So when you're stocking your house, think of just little bitty things, like when you go to the dollar store, when you go to Walmart. I always tell people, go to, do y'all have that store like here? It's like an outdoor store. What is it called?
All over the country. You got Cabela's, you got Bass World, Outdoor World.
You know, the stores we don't like to go to. Right. But like Walmart, Target, all of those at the end of the seasons, at the end of the summer season or whatever, go to the little fishing section, the hiking section, the camping section, all of that. All of that stuff is on clearance, and just buy it up. Buy the tarp, buy the waterproof matches, buy the little canteens, the little things to make the little fake toilets in your house, all of that stuff. the things to the little fire starters, flashlights. And now they got the big flashlight. You know how we used to, you still want to put some candles in your survival kit, but we used to have candles everywhere. When we got stuck in that storm in Texas a few years ago and we were without power for 6 days, I had 1 million candles. It looked like we were doing a seance in there. But then I realized, there's more modern equipment. I could buy the lanterns or the big flashlights with the big battery. So, just get up with the modern times. But things are not expensive when you buy one at a time, a little bit here and there on Amazon. And when you look up, you're going to have everything you need. Once a week, take $20 to Dollar Tree or Dollar General, whatever. Go buy your Band-Aids and some gauze and just focus on one thing and stock it up.
Yes,
and before you know it, you good.
Yes. Now look at this. Our sister from the medical side of things, Nurse Latrice, right here in the Washington metro area from Mas No. 4, she tells us and makes a very good point that we need to get into holistic medicine so that we can continue to care for ourselves in the event that we cannot get to the pharmacy to get conventional allopathic medicines. That's very, very important.
Right.
Also, we got the shut-in kit for working home that you just addressed. Brother William was mentioning that. And so, all of these things that happen are going to happen. We've got to be prepared to receive them. The Coleman lamps, the Sterno packages, the various different things that we need. And you never know when in a survival time when things are hard, Brother William, a softball game may break out, baseball. So you probably should have a couple of bats, just a couple of bats in case some baseball breaks out, right?
Baseball. Okay.
A couple of bats.
Yeah. All right, friends. Well, we're going to wrap it up right now. Like we promised, we weren't going to keep you long. We were just getting our feet back wet. Wanting to let y'all know we're getting back out there. You'll start to see our new promos and new commercials and all of that. We got to decorate our set and all that.
Behind us, the walls will not be white forever. And we're going to, Brother Rashad, I love you. From Atlanta, he says, forget about it. Forget about it. Want to welcome also our sister Huraira Rose Rasa al-Islam, longtime soldier from Philadelphia, from Washington. We appreciate you. There on the mighty Blue Nile. We're so grateful for you, our sisters. So there's much more going on than even we can talk about in 1 week. You can't say it all. But honey, I'm glad. Sister Tisha, I'm glad that we're on the program and that we're professionals and that we do what we do. But we are very grateful to you, our listening audience, for taking the time, our viewing audience, for taking the time. There's this core group that's with us tonight. These are our ride and die folks. When you see Latrice and Harold, when you see William, Dave, when you see these people, when you see you can't and Derek, when you can't really see the mystery man, but I heard he's around. He's somewhere around, And like if you hear, then that means he was close to you, but you still couldn't see him.
Right.
But there are many, many things we've got to do this season. All of our guests will be here. Some will be informational. Some will be fun. Some will be both. When you want to ask about insurance and finance questions, we've got an ace in the hole that we keep out in the Bay Area, right there in Oakland, California, the treasure trove of information himself, Brother William Muhammad, able to join us. If you want to know about history matters and how history and culture overlap, we've got our dear brother, student minister Abdul Sabur Muhammad.
Nice.
From right there at Mas No. 26B in Oakland, California. He's going to be able to be with us, inshallah, hopefully, during this season. We're looking out for guests, for friends from around the country who can do things that will amaze you, uplift you, encourage you. Many of you didn't know that Sister Tisha knew the information that she shared with you tonight, but her sharing information,
that was just a tip.
And she said that's just the tip of the iceberg. But the information that she shared with you tonight is the stuff that gives and sustains life. That's what this program is about. If you want to talk about death and darkness, get on up out of here. If you want to talk about gossip and trifling foolishness,
come here.
No.
Oh, no.
Don't come here.
Don't come here.
Don't come here with that. I don't care nothing about what's on TRW TV or whatever that TV is. You know, the one where they sit up there and gossip about the people. It's TS,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
TSW,
about it. Go ahead.
TB. Well, you know the one. It's
Let
on.
the Lord use you.
Yeah, it's on there. But either way, we want to make sure we don't end up looking or resembling those programs. But all throughout the nation, and I mean the nation, not just America, but all throughout the nation, we're going to be sharing with you. So if your favorite guest from last year, make sure you let them know it's time to come on back.
Right. And again, if you have something that you're doing that you want to share, inbox us and let's see what we can do.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
For the sponsors, Sister Katrina, Sister Javon, Brother William, those who are actually intending to take out sponsorships, we'll work it out so that you can. David?
I love 80s.
Dave C.
We can start with George Michael. Thanks, Dave. You're great. We should put that in the promo. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Dave. All right, friends.
Brother William, like on the West Coast, just contact us for sponsorships. Sister Javon, Brother Fitz, Sister Katrina, let us know. And also, I saw in the comment section before we go, Brother David and Sister Maria.
Oh, yes.
Originally from Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And Brother David, of course, the road smashing FOI captain from the West Coast. Now they're living in Georgia on land.
Nice.
And they can teach us how to grow in a farm setting, how to build homes on virgin land, and how to create a lifestyle away from the madding crowd and foolishness of the world. Oh, so we've got folks all over the nation that'll be doing stuff for us. And we are very, very, very grateful for you. Brother Rashad Sharif Muhammad, my dear brother down in Atlanta, always good to see you, brother. I'll make sure to do exactly what you say and forget about it, all right? But we're going to do everything that we can to make sure we move through this.
Oh, William. Yeah. Oh, clutching my pearls. Look at Brother William.
What's Brother William? What did he say now? What did he say now?
Hating.
He's hating. Yeah, well, brother, that's good. Thank you, Brother William. And we'll make sure that at no point will you have to listen to George Michael. All right? And we appreciate that. Not that we have anything against, moose-haired, blow-dried 80s pop icons of questionable suspect identity, but that's not our business. It's not our business what they do. Sister Angela, are we speaking now, Sister Angela, down in Jacksonville? I don't know if we're speaking because did you open the mailbox and find a pound cake in there today?
We're not speaking.
No, we're not speaking. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I kept track of what was going on. Nothing came in the mail from down in Jacksonville. There's there's family. There's Brother Kevin.
Yes,
Kevin's on. What's up, Kevy Kev? And so many of you coming, just checking in from around the country. We do have to go.
We do.
We know that we said we're only gonna be here a few minutes, and we're gonna keep our word because it's NFL night.
No, because I gotta go to work tomorrow too.
You're not gonna watch the game with me?
I'm not.
The game it's right here. We'll figure out something, Brother Harold. We'll work out something where she can watch the game with me, and we'll make it happen. Okay, family. If we don't tell you nothing else, next week, Allah willing, and the creek don't rise, right here at 8:00 Eastern on Thursday nights, we'll be right here with you. We've got a special program tie-in that's going to happen, and we're going to direct you right after our program to another super hype gathering of real wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Student Minister David and his lovely wife, Catherine Muhammad, from down in Mississippi, Jackson to be exact. They have a program that answers many, many of the questions. And why shouldn't we share knowledge among ourselves? So Allah willing and the creek don't rise, next Thursday, we'll be back right here at 8:00. In the meantime, don't do anything to anybody you wouldn't have them do unto you.
No, do it. Do it.
Don't do anything to anybody that you wouldn't have them do unto you. Just go in peace. And of course, if they act crazy, then of course you rumble. You do what you got to do. Isn't that right, Brother William? Okay, but you do what you have to do, but never be the aggressor. And we have to do what we have to do. Sister Katrina, you so wrong for that. She says new year equals new ring.
I mean, hey.
The conspiracy vibes are thick.
I've already put in 2 years. It's time.
The vibes are thick. First off, and then one day I'm going to tell y'all the story about the rings, because buying a ring for little bitty hands.
It's time to go.
It's not easy. Little bitty hand. They said, "Sir, is this for your daughter or is this for a girl?" I said, "This is for, my fiance." Bless her heart.
Whatever.
We'll tell the story one day.
Okay.
Love y'all so much, family. Let's be at peace, strive hard, live good, treat each other right.
And come back next Thursday.
At 8:00.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. We're dismissed. Love you. Mystery Man, thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Thank you.